The Galactic Council chamber fell silent as Ambassador Anna Chen stepped to the central podium, her boots clicking against the crystalline floor with deliberate precision. Around her, representatives from 47 species observed from their designated platforms, their varied forms creating a bizarre tapestry of galactic diversity. The Vraxian delegation rippled their bioluminescent membranes in anticipation. The Korthine clicked their mandibles rhythmically, a sound that echoed through the vast dome like distant thunder. Anna placed her data tablet on the podium but didn't look at it. Behind her, Captain Leo Martinez stood at attention, his military uniform a stark contrast to the flowing robes and organic integuments worn by most other delegates. His hand rested near his sidearm, not threateningly, but noticeably. "Honored members of the Council," Anna began, her voice amplified by the chamber's acoustic technology. "Humanity has reviewed your terms. Council Prime Zetharak," a towering insectoid whose carapace gleamed like polished obsidian, leaned forward on his elevated throne. "Excellent. We are pleased that your species sees reason. The terms are generous considering your recent aggression." Anna's expression didn't change. "We reject them. All of them." The chamber erupted. Delegates shouted in dozens of languages, their translation devices struggling to keep pace. The Vraxians pulsed angry crimson. A Hyvenar representative actually fell from their perch in shock. "Silence," Zetharak's voice boomed, enhanced by cybernetic implants that made the walls vibrate. The chamber obeyed. "Ambassador Chen, perhaps you misunderstand. These are not suggestions. 3 weeks ago, your colony ships entered the Theta sector without authorization. You established settlements on 4 worlds already claimed by council members. This is an act of war." "No," Anna said calmly. "It's migration." "There's a difference." A Korthine diplomat, Lady Ixthera, spoke up, her translator rendering her clicking into smooth standard. "You cannot simply decide which worlds to inhabit. The Council has maintained territorial agreements for 12,000 years. You've been spacefaring for barely 3 centuries. Leo stepped forward, drawing every eye in the room. "With respect, Lady Ixthera, those worlds were empty. Your people claimed them 6,000 years ago, and never bothered to visit them again. We needed habitable planets. We took what no one was using. The law is the law." Zetharak slammed his foreleg against his throne. "You will withdraw your colonies, pay reparations of 50 million credits, and submit to a century-long probation, during which human expansion will be monitored and restricted. These terms are final." Anna crossed her arms. "And if we refuse?" "Then the Council fleet will remove your colonies by force," Zetharak said. "We have 7,000 warships. You have how many? 300? 274, Leo corrected. "But who's counting?" The slight smile on his face made several delegates uncomfortable. The Vraxians, who had fought humans in a border skirmish 5 years prior, dimmed their lights nervously. They remembered. Anna picked up her tablet, scrolled through something, then set it back down. "Let me tell you what humanity has learned in our short time among the stars. We've learned that most of you achieved spaceflight through gradual evolution, technological inheritance, or by being uplifted by other species. It took you thousands, sometimes millions of years. Humanity went from wooden ships to faster-than-light travel in 500 years. We did it ourselves, through 2 world wars, countless conflicts, environmental catastrophes, and near extinctions. We didn't have the luxury of slow, peaceful development. We clawed our way up through blood and fire." A Peltharian delegate, resembling a floating jellyfish with crystalline tendrils, spoke through their chemical translator. "This is not something to boast about. Your violent history is precisely why you must be contained." "No," Anna said sharply. "It's why you can't contain us. Every species in this room achieved peace and then reached for the stars. Humanity reached for the stars while still at war with ourselves. Do you understand what that means?" The chamber was silent now, hanging on her words. Leo took over. "It means we built our warships to fight enemies who thought like us, who were as desperate, creative, and ruthless as we were. Your 7,000 ships were designed to impress each other, to maintain order among species who already agreed to be orderly. Our 274 were designed to win." Zetharak's mandibles clicked rapidly, a sign of stress. "You're outnumbered 25-1. The Vraxians outnumbered us 4-1 at the Battle of Kepler Station," Anna said quietly. "Ask them how that worked out." The Vraxian delegation said nothing, their membranes now a sickly gray. Anna continued. "But here's what really matters. You're right that we're new to the galactic community. We're still learning your customs, your laws, your delicate political dances, but we're also still learning how not to be at war. That education is ongoing. She let that sink in before delivering her final point. So here's humanity's counteroffer. We keep our colonies. We'll share them. Any council species that wants to establish a presence on those worlds is welcome. We'll even pay to help you build infrastructure there. But we're not leaving, we're not paying reparations, and we're certainly not accepting a century of probation like misbehaving children. And if we refuse your terms? Zetharok asked, though his voice had lost its earlier confidence. Anna smiled, and it wasn't a pleasant expression. Then you'll learn what humanity is really like when we stop trying to fit in. When we stop being diplomatic. When we remember that for most of our history, negotiation was just something you did while reloading. Leo added, almost conversationally. Our ships are already in defensive positions around those colonies. We've also deployed automated defense platforms, technology you don't have, by the way. If your fleet moves against us, you'll start a war you can't win, and even if you could, the casualties would destabilize half the council. Is that really worth 4 empty planets? The chamber remained silent for a long moment. Finally, Lady Ixthera spoke. This is blackmail. No, Anna said. This is reality. You wanted to negotiate. We're negotiating. You just don't like our terms. Zetharok slumped back in his throne, suddenly looking every one of his 300 years. The council will need time to discuss this. Take all the time you need, Anna said pleasantly. But our colony ships are already en route to 6 more systems. Empty ones, of course. We'll send you the coordinates. You know, as a courtesy. As Anna and Leo walked out of the chamber, the chaos of arguing delegates erupted behind them. In the corridor, Leo glanced at his companion. Think they'll accept? Anna nodded. They'll posture for a few weeks, then agree to almost everything. They're politicians, Leo. They understand costs and benefits. Going to war with humanity. All cost, no benefit, and if we're wrong? Anna's expression hardened. Then we show them why Earth's first lesson is always the same. Don't start what you can't finish. Behind them, the Galactic Council began the slow, painful process of accepting that humanity would never be contained, only accommodated. The age of human compliance was over before it had truly begun.